his outlet passes, but how quick he makes them.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Nets.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart at the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right. There was no energy, no assertiveness, no aggressiveness. The defense was just lifeless. It's not a night that they're going to look back on fondly.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter. You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs. But injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Noah, the pass to Rose. Right side Rose. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Kev, he needs to be more cautious. That's 2 fouls in less than 60 seconds.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Kyrie Irving. Butler kicks to Rose. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Verizon. And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer, and your team can jump to the top of the East.
And Rose drops them both. Now, a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Outside Butler. Back to Rose. And Gibson kicks to McDermott. Just 3 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. And it's off the back rim. No good.
No breathing room at all to take that shot. Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The free throw drops for McDermott.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like they might have been worn down. And I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deeper this season. Well, Doug McDermott, a senior out of Creighton, one of the all-time great scorers in college basketball history. In fact, 3,150 points. That ranks him 5th all-time in Division I. And he's not just a great shooter. He's a scorer who can create his own shot in a number of ways.
They have got to put a body on him because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Gibson, he's guarded by Love. 13 feet away. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got his first bucket of the night. And McDermott, the first player in 30 years, Clark, to make the AP All-America first team 3 consecutive times. It's only been done 10 times before.
Oh, he was absolutely fantastic as a college player. One of the best college careers in the history of college hoops, Kevin. No doubt about that. There were some questions about how his game would translate to the NBA. Not a question mark for me. This is a guy who I think, while he might not be a superstar, he's going to be more than a serviceable long-term pro.
And so it's Cleveland with it.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw one.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, I was able to talk with David Blatt for a minute. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, You know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. McDermott. Second chance effort, Butler. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Just watch how well he defends, guys. I mean, they can always put him on an opposing team's best player and feel pretty good about the matchup.
That's because, Steve, he can instantly read what his man's strengths and weaknesses are, and then he'll neutralize those strengths and exploit the weaknesses.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Verejao. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Sean Marion is checked in for LeBron. And Mike Miller subbed in for Dion Waiters.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Lucas kicks to Miller. Back to Lucas. On the wing, Marion. Back to Lucas. There's the three. And good on the basket. Book it. Lucas has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Heinrich. 35 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Butler, here we go. Mirotic, he's covered by Thompson. 5 on the clock. And there's the bucket from Bairstow.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Here is Lucas. Back to Thompson. Thompson right side. The shot is good off the backboard. Thompson's got his first 2 points. Now Heinrich. Down low. Here's Mirotic. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
And that does it for the first quarter.
Coming up Friday.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far, and they're getting to the foul line.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Mirotic is out there with Dunleavy. Then there's Tony Snell. Then there's Heinrich. And it's Bairstow in at the center position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Tristan Thompson, really nice hustle player and defender. Chance to be a double-double guy. But, you know, as a former number 4 pick overall, I think expectations were probably a little too high for him. But he's turned into a very solid NBA player.
Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the San Antonio Spurs.
And a lot of their scoring in that win came from unexpected places, from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes.
And you know what? Those guys on the bench, they practice every day too, even if they don't play every night. And that night, they were ready. Sean Marion with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
Aaron Brooks is checked in for Chicago.
And Marion, a 4-time All-Star, one of the most athletic and versatile players in league history. Still an excellent role player, even after all these years.
That's his first personal foul.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Snell dishes to Mirotic. Got a piece of it. Marion with the steal.
You know, that was all about anticipation. Just reading that play beautifully and coming away with the steal.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, as you know, Joakim Noah is a great passer on the block. As Coach Thibodeau said, he's got great vision and decision-making ability. If we play through the post and you cut and you're open, you're going to get the ball. We have to play inside out. That's when we're at our best. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. Noah is definitely one of the better passing bigs in the league. No question about that. And Marion has made a good chunk of change over his career. A lot of money. He said he wanted to walk away while he could still walk.
Yeah, well, he can't walk, and his game certainly could still walk and talk. An excellent defender, an energy player, a stat sheet stuffer. quite pleased that he hasn't decided to hang him up yet.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 7th in blocks, 7th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top 10 in grabbing rebounds as well. That's not too shabby. The top 10 on the glass, I'll take that.
And what really stands out is the blocks for me, because that's a team that really dominated the paint area. And when they were on top of their game, they were very physical. They fronted the post a lot, forced some difficult shots at the rim. And due to their length and their size, they were able to block a lot of shots down there.
That'll be a 5-second call. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. Nikola Mirotic, 4th.
Boy, is he tough on the inside, guys. It's been a really good stretch for him defensively.
Yeah, I like his swagger for a rookie. I mean, he wants guys bringing the ball inside on him so he can show him what he's got in there.
Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. The offensive rebound. Noah. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year. A lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
Jones, the pass to Waiters. Thompson to end the run, and that's 2 points on the layup. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. It's something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. And Joakim Noah again.
They've owned the offensive glass here in the second.
Yeah, they're really trying to make a point of getting inside of the paint and getting after every rebound.
And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around.
Oh, hammer time!
Wow.
Hammer time! Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark, brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
Whatever look now for Cleveland. Parajau comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's LeBron in for James Jones. Brooks with it. Guarded now by Irving. Heinrich kicks to Brooks. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Love dishes to LeBron. Shot is off. Great defense that time from Noah. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. It's blocked. There's 47 seconds left here in the second. From deep LeBron. Here's Love. Up and in on the layup.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Kyrie Irving.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no-brainer. They can hold it for the last shot.
Heinrich passes to Noah. Heinrich, he's guarded by Love. Heinrich kicks to Rose. And again, no good by Chicago.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
Now, presented by Sprint. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
You know that if you're a team in the East or anywhere in the NBA for that matter, that when you face the Bulls, it's going to be a battle wire to wire. These guys are coming at you for the full 48 minutes. They're extremely tough within the conference, too.
On the court for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Varejao in at the center, filling out the middle. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris.
Well, the Bulls just seem built to play against every other team in the East, and it's why they've made the playoffs so often and finished on top in recent years.
Irving kicks to LeBron. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And now a look at Kyrie Irving here. Good season for him last year. 13th in free throw percentage, 14th in scoring, and he also finished in the top 20 in assists. So this is a guy who really did a nice job of sharing the ball with his teammates.
You know, I think we should show him a little more love for finishing among the top 15 free throw shooters. I mean, I know it's not top 5, but top 15 is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, he was in a groove at the line, and it lasted all season.
And to add on with Chicago. Last year they won 35 games against the East, which was bested only by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's more than Miami and other teams that finished above them in the standings. The Bulls are always a factor in the East team.
Like some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when you finish it with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Launches it, and that one's good. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If the shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Taj Gibson, in his 6th season now in the NBA, he's in the prime of his career at 29 years old. Last season, he upped his scoring rate and averaged double digits for the first time in his career.
And for Gibson, becoming more efficient, more free throw attempts, and a big leap, guys, in his free throw percentage. Steve cracking 70% from the line for the first time.
It was by far his best performance offensively, Kevin. He came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player. And that's the case, no question. The defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, Kevin Love not an above-the-rim player, but still one of the elite rebounders in the game. He does it with positioning and strength and anticipation.
Kicks it to Gibson. Back to Rose. With the lead pass.
His 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
You know what, guys? I think you could almost create an instructional video on how to rebound and just use sequences of Kevin Love's rebounding.
I love the way he works to get position on the weak side, and he carves out space, and his timing is impeccable. I mean, it's positioning, it's body strength, it's strength of hand, it's focus, and he does it every time. I mean, he never lets up, and you love to see that.
Chicago grabs the miss. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, I think they're a little better than this ball club, and it showed last year winning the season series.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Irving, he's covered by Rose. And here's LeBron outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 8 points for LeBron. The Bulls leading by 4. Steve just mentioned how they won the season series a year ago. That was the way it went against most teams they faced.
True. They were a very hard team to get the best of, Kevin.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And Butler gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 6.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Irving can't get it to go.
He just couldn't shake loose. He had the defender draped all over.
Butler dishes to Rose. Into Noah. There's the bucket. Good.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
LeBron passes to Irving. Back to LeBron. It's good from long range. LeBron's got 11 points.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark Power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Rose against Irving. Rose attacking. Rebound, Love.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Butler kicks to Gibson, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Haywood's checked in, and stolen by Miller. Back to LeBron. He kicks to Marion. Shot is blocked. Here's Haywood on the money with the open jumper. Now just a 1-point Bulls lead. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bulls lead.
On tap.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And then look at the points in the paint because they're really winning that battle tonight.
D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Mirotic is out there with Noah, and it's McDermott in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And here is LeBron. It's Marion with the drive. Banked in off the glass.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Rose dishes to Butler. Here's Mirotic. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Well, he's such a clutch performer, Kevin, and in the fourth quarter, that's when he's at his best.
Yeah, he's no wallflower. This is a guy who's not posting up at the dance. I mean, he doesn't shrink from the spotlight. He wants to be right in the middle of the action and have the ball in his hand with the game on the line.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Love comes in for LeBron. Dion Waiters checked in for Mike Miller. And it's Kyrie Irving in for John Lucas.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Rose passes to Butler. Back to Rose. There's the feed to Butler. Mirotic. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And Butler, here we go. Clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. Mirotic gets the bucket. Mirotic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Irving kicks to Waiters. Back to Irving. Jacks up a 3. Oh, trying for it. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. LeBron, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here is Love. Passes it to Varejao. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
Rose goes in, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 5th foul.
And Varejao, a good decision maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio last year.
And he had a terrific season as a 2-point jump shooter. Able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high
post. LeBron outside. Pass to Waiters. Varejao covered by Noah. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Varejao. And that's 13 points for Kyrie Irving. Rose against Irving. Noah with a screen for Rose. Now here's McDermott. D right on him. 6 to shoot. Butler dishes to McDermott. And again, no good by Chicago.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Waiters no luck.
Even that close to the hoop, when you see that kind of defense, I think you got to move the ball back out to the perimeter.
Rose gets the bucket.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. The message, stick with it. He said the game is right there, fellas, right there for the taking, but we've got to play with purpose and precision. Kevin, can they get it done?
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Great job getting to the bucket and getting to the free throw line. So when the game's close, you want your guys attacking just like that.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Pulls up, high post. Cavaliers with the rebound. Varejao's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Irving missing.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
17-foot shot on the way. Rose with another miss. Irving with the ball. Love outside. Feeds to Varejao. And another shot. It's good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Well, their worst fear came true. This is still anyone's ball game, but losing him to foul trouble will make it a lot tougher.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Noah. Money! There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
It's LeBron with the drive. It's tipped. Varejao passes to Dellavedova. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Chicago calls timeout. They trailed by 6. 24 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now here's Rose. He's guarded closely. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And here comes LeBron. And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead for the Cavaliers. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Here is Heinrich. It's up a 3. Brendan Haywood with the rebound. Jones for 3. Can't get it to fall. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was a solid win, Clark.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Good to have you with us. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. And we go out now to San Antonio. Here's Kevin Harlan.
And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, broadcasting live alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Manu Ginobili.
Well, Ginobili has a knack for taking charges defensively. Great anticipation skill, and he's really quick. He's a phenomenal athlete. So he beats his player to the spot, and then he's willing to take the contact.
But that's just part of the larger picture for Manu. I mean, he is just a winner on the basketball court, a terrific competitor. He does everything he can to help his team win and to give him an edge. Taking a charge, running down loose balls, hitting clutch shots. Whatever you need, he'll try to give it to you.
The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. And there's certain to be some disappointment, Clark, because of the injury to Tim Duncan.
And you're right, Kevin. As bad as it's turned out to be, it tells you a little bit about his toughness, that when they took him to the locker room after he got hurt last game, he wanted to come back out and get on the court.
Yeah, they weren't going to let that happen, obviously. That injury was too serious to allow for that. But it does show just the toughness and the passion for the game. So they will miss this player big time over the next few weeks. What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against Chicago.
And I think, Kevin, it really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Now here's Love, and Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
And now just over a minute played here in the first.
Well, some nights Kawhi Leonard will give you 20 points, some nights he'll give you 6, but he always keeps his focus on the defensive end of the court where he's become the Spurs' designated stopper.
And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And Diaw kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Diaw. Just 5 on the clock. Parker. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Here's Love. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback. The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches, and you know when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Cavaliers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboards. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. It's not going to cut it. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster. So we can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio. Irving passes to Waiters. Kicks it to LeBron. Sinks the triple. LeBron's got 5.
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
The feed to Splitter. Back to Ginobili. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. And that one's good. He's got 8.
You know, when he has that basket in his sights, he will go right at it. Once he's in tight, he is a flawless finisher.
Shot's good. 1:39 left to play in the first quarter. He feeds it to Leonard. Back to Parker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Verejao. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Marion in for LeBron. Dellavedova off target from outside.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. In fourth, the Spurs.
You know, it's interesting when you look at this team, Kevin. I mean, they found a way to get their whole team to knock down free throws at a consistent level. I mean, a team that can't make free throws, that's a huge liability and one you don't want to deal with. They'd like to repeat their success at the line this year.
And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together and they'd won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France is definitely in that upper echelon.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Anderson comes in for Matt Bonner. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Now here's Jones. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now Bellinelli. The lead is 2. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls for him. Cavaliers making a switch here. Both good from the line that time.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Lucas, Bellinelli is covering, shoots it up. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it, move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot it, no matter what else was going on.
And so,
The new season.
and the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
Anderson is out there with Jeff Ayers. Then it's Mills. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Boris Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson and obsessed with passing. And close friend Tony Parker said he didn't care about stats. He was always so unselfish. After being waived by Charlotte for refusing to score more points, Diaw has found a fit with the Spurs. He said, quote, "It was always the team that made the most sense." Kevin?
He had Tony there telling him about their philosophy, Doris. What a great run. What a great run. Thank you. San Antonio trailing here. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Last season they had a very easy time with this club, and of course being East versus West, they only got to face them twice, but I'm sure they wish they had them on the schedule more often.
Ayers kicks to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Tries from the block. Ayers, good.
The lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it. Kevin, I've got a chance now to look at where the Cavaliers ranked in the NBA last season. 10th in fewest turnovers per game. 11th in rebounding. As for three-point shooting, not a strong point for them. Top 20 in the league. They've got room for improvement in that area.
I think the most impressive aspect of their team last year, Clark, was the few turnovers that they committed. In the top 10 in the league in terms of fewest turnovers per game, and that boded well for them. Anytime they took care of the basketball, they were extremely difficult to beat, and that became a big part of their identity.
Steve was talking before we got into that little segment there about playing them more, and it was 2 games last year, 2 wins. Probably a safe assumption they've got a lot of confidence heading into this first meeting, Clark, this year.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, they appear to be at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of talent. But nothing's ever a sure thing, Kevin. That's why we play the game.
I like that. Good. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Splitter is checked in for Jeff Ayers. Joseph with the ball, and here's Mills for 3, and he gets it to go. Mills has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Lucas kicks to Dellavedova. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he is gone ice cold here.
And John Lucas is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Diaw dishes to Mills. Pass to Diaw. Spurs working the ball around now. And it's slammed in by Splitter. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Marion kicks to Thompson.
Boris Diaw was more aggressive looking for his offense last season, and he's got a lot of it. I thought he shot the ball extremely well. Excellent percentages both from the field, 2-point range, and long range.
Green with a screen for Joseph. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Mills can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 6.
And DL last season averaging around 9 points a game. That represented a major uptick in his score.
Yeah, and it's really not about his scoring either, as you know, Kevin. I mean, he's a guy who can beat you in a lot of different ways. Terrific passer, perfect in that San Antonio offense because of his ability to see the floor and pick the defense apart.
A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Love comes in for Sean Marion. And it's LeBron in for James Jones. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs are again the defending NBA champs. One key to their success, Tony Parker said, we had to sacrifice and take less money. That's what it takes to win championships. It's just the family atmosphere here. Deep down, I know Pop will take care of me until the end of my career. Guys, it comes back to that connection.
Yeah, trust and commitment is really a staple of their organization. Thanks, Doris.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the 4th grade, he wrote, I'm going to the NBA, and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart. Now that's no run-of-the-mill putback there.
Well, the rebound and then the dunk, one on top of the other.
The 1-2 punch, you gotta love it. Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
Now here's Ginobili. 8 points for him. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ginobili outside. Bonner, that's a 2-pointer. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Second quarter ends in a tight one.
Now, presented by Sprint. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love at the 3 and the 4. And it's Varejao in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Spurs continue, guys, to be one of the top-tier teams in the league, both offensively and defensively.
Well, great discipline and efficiency, the continuity of the roster, the stability, and, of course, you know, what Pop calls corporate knowledge, just the unity of this roster that has grown over the years.
Outside Irving. And here's Love from the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 6 points for Kevin Love. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These two teams, guys, look so evenly matched. Let's go right down to the wire.
While we're in this quick break and onto the small forward position and the hottest shooters among them over the last month. LeBron James second.
And that tells you about those players' ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of shooting percentage.
But you also have to have an excellent outside shot, and all of them do it. Small forward, you have to be reliable from the perimeter as well. And for the Spurs, hey, defensively with Duncan and Splitter inside, they've got the size to protect the paint. Leonard, their wing stopper, is terrific and can guard any position on the wing. They use their length to contest shots late and avoid cheap fouls. And the other thing you like about them is they didn't give up a lot of free throws last season.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Irving kicks to Love. Now the pass to Waiters. Irving. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, the Spurs were just terrific offensively. Best three-point shooting team in the NBA 3 of the last 4 seasons. And I think probably the best passing team as well. They really move the ball and get great movement in their offense.
6 to shoot. Parker's shot is off.
Well, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
Waiters no luck.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Splitter, that's good.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Irving passes to Verjao. And it's off target, not sure why he took that one. Parker drives in. Leonard dishes to Parker. Diao started by Verjao, and Diao kicks to Ginobili. It's good. The assist that time from Diao. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Man, an even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I know you know about how the basket can seem like it's 10 feet wide when you're in the zone. That's where they are right now.
Ginobili against Waiters. Here's Leonard. The Spurs rebound. Parker kicks to Diao. Pass to Leonard. The dish to Splitter. Cannot hit. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Well, going into last season, Tiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile. He can pass. He can defend. And even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Haywood's checked in, and Miller throws it down hard.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
.109 left in the third quarter. Parker passes to Bellinelli. Back to Parker. He kicks it to Leonard. Ball's knocked loose. Parker dishes to Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 6.
And Splitter clearly, when you look at him offensively, is not a floor spacer. He's a guy who's going to finish inside. He's going to set solid screens. Even though he plays close to the basket, his field goal percentage dropped by almost 10% over the last couple of seasons. He was once superb in that area. Now he's just rock solid. But with the Spurs, in his role, rock solid is good enough.
And Diao kicks to Bellinelli. Passes it to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
The kick out to Irving. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Bellinelli up top. He's guarded by Waiter. And Bellinelli kicks to Parker. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he
Next Wednesday.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
Ginobili and Leonard on the wing. Splitter is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Mills in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Ginobili kicks to Mills. He passes to Leonard. Clock at 6. Mills dishes to Ginobili. Unloads. Bullseye. Ginobili's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for San Antonio.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Definitely a big improvement in their shooting from what we saw before the break.
Raiders no luck. Spurs leading by 6. And Mills kicks to Diallo. Ginobili. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Watch how many times he initiates the pick and roll, Kevin, and how good he is at running it as the cutter. He's duped a lot of defenders with that play.
And another thing I love about him is his willingness to really get in there and mix it up. I mean, to put his body on the line if that's what it's going to take to make a play.
I think he's been kind of passive today, and maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
There's a good screen. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
It's his 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
Knocked away. Stolen by Verajao.
Since halftime, he's been hesitant with the ball in his hands. First half, he was flawless with his decision-making, but not so here in the second.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. Nice soft touch to drop that one.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
Braun, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Verajao's shot is good.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
Dishes it to Diallo. Ginobili. No good from outside.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Here's Irving. And Waiters kicks to Irving. Feeds to Love. 6 to shoot. The 3. Irving. Another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Last game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to the Bulls. Manu Ginobili on the wing. Splitter. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assist.
Shot is no good, so Cleveland will take it the other way. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Tony Parker is checked in for Patty Mills. Got a piece of it. Leonard on the wing. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Parker passes to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Parker kicks to Ginobili. He dishes it to Diallo. Leonard attacking. And he gets it to go.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Well, it's going to be tough for them, but you have to continue to compete. It's not over. Just play, see what happens.
Yep, you can't afford empty possession.
Ginobili gets to Diallo. Parker left side. Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili dishes to Splitter. Irving against Ginobili. No luck. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit. The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
They double-team Ginobili. So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
And it's Love missing. Spurs have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Ginobili against Irving. Parker passes to Ginobili. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Both free throws good from Ginobili. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Dellavedova. It's good. And so it's San Antonio with the win.